Someone will declare war somewhere, which will increase the global threat all across the board. And we have researched the first level towards a nuclear bomb. Now, we can't start the next one until 1940. I mean, we can, but it'll be really, really inefficient. In the meantime, let's just get more efficient research. I think that's a good step for us. Is there anyone we can declare war on? Nope. 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 Nope, we're stuck in peace, unfortunately. Darn democratic nation being all neutral and stuff. Well, let's build up in preparation for our ability to actually attack. Alright, we got the first upgrade for our light tanks. That means that they have better soft and better hard attack, and more of a piercing attack, which is spectacular. They're sort of weak right now. Maybe those numbers will improve in the future. And we have researched the ability to make a basic strategic bomber. I don't think we're going to go down that tree just yet, but we will construct naval bombers. It's when you have as small a fleet as ours, you need to be able to protect it somehow. Engine advance for aircraft carriers. Spectacular. That means that the aircraft carriers we currently have building are now out of date. Yay! And they're not due out for basically another year and 6 months. Wonderful. That just means that the next aircraft carriers we build will be even better. That's all. It's all right. It's just sort of how it goes. So we are unable to attack our designated target. Let's get our spies to increase threat on them. Our current spies there say that they're building more guards and militia. Spectacular. Well, let's increase their threat to us. It'll lose us some spies, unfortunately, but we should see their threat to us slowly start ticking upwards. Yep, there we go. Yeah, we'll invest our spies on that. Actually, we need to make sure we're not wasting our spies on anyone else at this point. We'll just have them be in other countries, but we really only want them to be active in the United Kingdom at this point. Better aircraft carrier, anti-aircraft. Wonderful. And Alaska has mobilized their armed forces. Wonderful. Alright, well, I know it's not much, but it looks like the majority of their forces are down here. Let's put our Ranger Division, Special Forces units, in pseudo-defensive line. What's this territory? It's just plains. That's really not a very good defensive line. It's sort of a defensive line back here. In case they do attack us, we'll have some sort of delay until we can swing our army back around, actually engage them. I don't think that we're their target. We'd be a pretty strong first target for them, but depending on how much industrial capacity nationalist China has, they'd be able to just basically take most, if not all of it, over. Let's see, do they have claims down here? Yes, they have. They have plenty of claims down there. Of course they do. And now Italy wants to buy a production license from us. What is it this time? Strategic bomber. We've just researched the ability to build strategic bombers. I'm guessing they haven't yet, and they decided that they need them. I don't even know where... Oh, here's Italy. You're pretty big. Pretty big, Italy, at least in terms of size. Wonder how much I see you have. Do we have Italy? Let's see, sort by name. Italy. Yeah, we have no spies in them. We have no idea how strong they are. We do know they're building infantry. And presumably they'd be building 2 units of strategic bombers here in a bit. What's your politics? PRI. I don't even know what that means. Unfortunately, our spies tell us that they're mostly communist, but we have no active spies, so we have no way of telling how accurate that is. Where are you on the diplomacy tree? You're darn close to us. You're mostly communist, but you're darn close to us. Yeah, go for it. I don't even care how much you paid us. You can have it. You're far enough away from us to be a good ally. You might be able to help if we were to expand in this direction. But mostly you're far enough away that we can be allies with you, and you won't get in the way of our expansion. Fantastic. Now, we haven't allied them yet, we really just sold them some planes. Nationalist Spain down here has now mobilized, so it's Alaska and Nationalist Spain, our two big rivals, full strength armies. Better artillery is always a good thing. You keep on keeping on with that, and we'll bump up our upgrades. Thought we were getting done? Nope. Assault coordination. All of our support brigades are now better organized, and yeah, we can keep on doing that without any penalties. Can we attack you yet, United Kingdom? No. Although it's getting down, their threat to us is going up. Our neutrality isn't going down nearly as quickly, but those numbers are getting closer together. How are we doing in terms of spies? Our backlog of spies has gone down, but we are doing okay. Looks like they deployed an infantry division directly where we want to push through. Maybe we'll go around. The exact provinces don't matter nearly as much as the fact that we actually get this around. I don't know if they have any units down here. It may be a complete waste of our time to try to do this, but won't know until we try. Alright, our destroyers have been deployed. Unfortunately, we can't deploy them down here because there's no connection to our core. So we need to deploy them up here and then rebase them all the way down here. Once they get down there, we'll combine them up, and that'll be good. That'll be good. Look at this. This is ugly. Nigeria, Alaska. Alaska? Man, are you crazy, Alaska? Serbia's down here. Liechtenstein. Portugal. Netherlands. I wonder if the United Kingdom has a colony. No, they're landlocked. That'd be really awkward. Oh, no, Alaska's not landlocked. Okay. Alright, we shouldn't need to worry about colonies with the United Kingdom. I'm itchy. I'm itchy to attack them. Really wanna attack the United Kingdom. Should have been focusing more on increasing their threat. Of course, really, we're just increasing our threat. That'll be fine. More upgrades, more supplies. We still need to decide what our next production task is going to be. I think that if we're going to have a belligerent Alaska on our border, we're going to need more infantry to hold the line against them. We can't build motorized infantry yet, and I don't know if we'd want to because of our... I mean, we're making good amounts of crude oil, but it's still nowhere near the amounts of our other resources. So let's focus more on these artillery. Let's build 10 of them as reserves. They'll be done in roughly 4 months if we can build them at full strength, but we obviously can't build all of them at full speed. But we'll get there. Doesn't matter when, as long as they're there. Our special forces are now more organized. That's fantastic. Are we suffering a penalty? We're not. Yep, let's make them better. That's a good thing. We want, if we're going to deploy our special forces, we want them to actually succeed. Poland, production license for Poland. You're right here. You're kind of in our crosshairs, Poland. I know you're not an immediate target, but if we want to link up to our Greek colony, you're sort of in our crosshairs. What do you want anyway? Strategic bomber again. Nope. Sorry. We're keeping that tech for ourselves. We're not even using it yet, but might as well keep it. Better capital ship main armament. Awesome. That means that the battleships we're building are now completely out of date. Wonderful. And they won't even be done until 1939. Fantastic. How glorious is that? Well, we might as well keep researching it, and at least when we decide to build the next round of them, it'll be even better. Alright, we have our first garrison division. First I'm going to deploy them Let's see, we built 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 coastal provinces that are capable of supporting troops if the enemy were to land. Do we have any victory provinces in this area? Yes, this one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll have a mobile reserve station somewhere over here to defend our coast. Later. Not now. Later. We'll deploy you there. I'm not going to waste a 3 skill leader over here. I want to assign the 0 skill, 0 trait leaders. Maybe I can find one who's already at his maximum, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm really not going to invest all of the time in the world into trying to min-max it most effectively. If you find someone with School of Entrenchment, that's usually a good thing. It's always nice to assign old guards, especially the 0 skill old guards, who reduce your experience gain to your garrison brigades, because you really don't want your garrison brigades in combat, so it doesn't matter how much experience they really have. So that'll be fine. And we have finished research into radios. All of our troops are now 10% more combat efficient, and that is spectacular. Can't complain about that at all. And let's sink some more into combat medicine. This means that okay, so a casualty isn't necessarily a death. A casualty is someone who is wounded to the point where they are no longer able to contribute to the strength of your brigades anymore. So when we see the strength numbers go down, that means that either they're wounded or they're dead or something happened. They got sick. Attrition, something happened where they're no longer able to actually contribute to the strength of your brigade, and this technology allows that to possibly increase your manpower. It allows the casualties to trickle back into these brigades, meaning that the more you invest in this, the quicker your brigades will bounce back from being damaged. It's a good thing. So we have more upgrades we can build. That's fantastic. And another garrison brigade. Let's stick them right here. Oh, we didn't actually make a garrison corps yet. There's Lyle Orocho again. It really wants to assign him to something. Gar Corps. Gar Corps. We'll name it something more relevant if we need to. Attach that to the HQ, and Lyle Orocho, you can get out of there. Do we have any more old guards? Here's one. Wonderful. And Major Stickley. Major General Major Stickley. Wonderful. Do we have any more old guards we can stick in there? There's one. Nick O'Mara. Congratulations, you've been promoted to Major General of the Garrison Divisions. Congrats. Our descent is trending upward. We're not making enough consumer goods. Increase that bad boy. There we go. And more garrison? More garrison. Fantastic. Finish out the coast. Finish out the coast. Attach you to the garrison corps. Major Stickley, you're back over here? Ah. Any more old guards? There's one. I know you've got good traits, but you're also an old guard, sorry. And a 0 skill old guard at that. Any more old guards? There's one. There we go. And then we wanted to stick it on the important province down here. Vaynode. Vanity. Vaynode? Whatever. We're gonna defend you. Major Stickley, get out of there. There we go. Wonderful. Coast is now sort of ish, not really garrisoned. And we can build marines! Wonderful. We also need to start upgrading our actual infantry arms and equipment. And that's sort of important. I'm actually going to queue up all of these so that they are researched next. And better light tank armor, and we can now build tank destroyers. Let's go into our division creator and see what would change if we swapped out the armored car for the tank destroyer. Let's sort by speed, and I'll slot these two relatively close to each other. Armored car has a speed of 9. Tank destroyer has a speed of 6. That means that they would slow down our light armor. But while we can't build motorized, they're already being slowed down by our cavalry. So yeah, actually that would be just fine. Let's see. Our tank destroyers have a soft attack of 2, hard attack of 4. Armored car just has a soft attack of 2, so this would be a flat increase, especially in terms of piercing attack and armor and defensiveness and softness. Yep, I think that's a straight upgrade. Now it does take twice as long to build, but that's mostly because we've very poor armor practical at this point. So I think we will slot it out for a tank destroyer. And hopefully once this pending war with the United Kingdom is over, oh boy, it's still a pretty far way off, isn't it? Maybe we should upgrade them now. We don't have the spare production right now, but we can, I guess, how about we just start building 3 units of tank destroyers, and when that's done, we can shuttle the armored cars over here and assign them to the garrison. I think that'll be fine. So let's just queue up as reserves 5 units of tank destroyer. Yep, sounds good. They'll get done eventually, and when they do, we'll attach them to these guys. Just increase their threat. Just make them seem really, really dangerous to us, please. Another minor party gathers strength. The Market Liberals, they're the DDP. We have shot them down before, but it looks like the whole democratic faction in our country is completely lost. We're just... a whole bunch of other countries are supporting parties. So we need to... any democratic party that gains in popularity is a good thing, in my opinion, at this point. Sea lane defense is done, our first naval theory. We can now build convoy escorts, which are fairly useful. But I think what we will do is focus on this commander decision making. This allows us to, during a naval battle, make sure that we're firing at the right ship. That we focused on the weak ones, make sure that we're killing the right ship. We don't have any actual command over that. We can just increase the chance that our commanders make the right decision by training those tactics, those theories. Hurry up and wait. That's what this episode is. Hurry up and wait. It's now April of 37, and unfortunately we have been unable to attack the United Kingdom this entire time. Operational level organization has again been improved. Unfortunately, we can't continue researching in this direction without taking some pretty hefty inefficiency penalties. So we'll need to find something else to do. Infantry morale, I think, is worth it. I think regenning of organization is definitely a worthwhile thing. Battleship armor, also necessary. Better mechanized and motorized. It's good that we researched that, but I'd really like to be able to actually build them. How quick will this motorized thing be done? Not for a while. February 7th of next year. It's a ways off. Darn. We can't even build medium tanks yet. We've been researching those techs as fast as we possibly could. It's only 1937 though, we've got time. Dangerous troop deployments over there. Looks like the United Kingdom is spamming more troops, getting as many men on the field as possible. They've even got militia units out on the field. They've deployed a light tank regiment against us. Yeah, they recognize us for the danger to them that we are. We can't complain about that. We're also trading with them a significant amount, mostly for oil. We're going to be taking your oil from you one way or another. Once we finish the next round of technology, we'll be able to research medium tanks, and that's where the efficiencies are at. Medium tanks get the best of all of the worlds. Better destroyer engines. Yeah, let's get that 1938 tech. destroyers exist to have good sea defense. So that's an important thing. Better central planning and better organization for our infantry. We can do the next one. Yeah, let's get that 15 organization bonus over less the inferior countries. How are our spies doing? Their counter-espionage is still going down. Wonderful, wonderful news. We still can't declare war on them. There's still a 10 swing. Fairly slow start, I suppose. We'll deploy these guys over here. They are mountain infantry, and this is nowhere near the mountains. Might as well keep the special forces in the Ranger Corps together. And the next mountain has been deployed. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Our special forces have now been completely filled out. It's unfortunate this is still an infantry. Maybe we'll make them motorized once we can. Maybe we'll upgrade them to motorized. But if we make them into Marines, having this artillery brigade with them will once again just remove all of the nice positive bonuses that these guys get, because of the negatives that artillery has. It just it balances it out and makes it fairly useless. It turns it into a slightly weaker infantry. So maybe it is good to have them there. I'll make these guys true special forces and prioritize them for upgrades and for reinforcements. So just go through and turn priority on for everybody. So these guys will always be at full strength whenever possible. Our carrier air groups have finished. We'll deploy them here, and we'll use these guys to plug any gaps that we might have in our air coverage. Once again, they're not the most spectacular of airplanes for any given job, but they are airplanes. They can be used, and we might as well use them while we're still waiting till March when our aircraft carriers will be finished. It's unfortunate we need to wait so long, but hey, that's what you need to do. The cost of building a navy. It's a big investment. Alright, we have light tank gun at level 2. We might as well increase it. One more? No, I think anti-tank ammunition and muzzle is actually more important. And yeah, I don't think that we'll spend any of our time at all increasing the armor or the weaponry for armored cars. I really don't think that that's going to be a focus of ours. Maybe once we get self-propelled artillery, we will add that in there. But that's an easy way of cutting out two technologies from our research queue. We just won't worry about it. We won't build any more armored cars. Better artillery is always a nice thing. And yeah, we can still continue to research that. Might as well be the envy of the world when it comes to artillery. Another minor party. It's the KDP now. Which one's the KDP? Is that a... Yeah, that's a left-wing radical. Let's nix them. Alright, the first of our new group of infantry divisions has been deployed. I think what we're going to do is... let's see, how full is the second army? Not full at all. We'll assign these guys to the second army. Give them a new corps, but they'll be the reserve corps. The 7th Corps attach into the second army. And yeah, I guess it's fine that they auto-assigned generals. They aren't going to be involved in this initial war, so we're not too worried about them gaining experience. Just as soon as we're allowed to actually attack. Won't that be spectacular? We would be helped in this if any other country actually attacked as well. I suppose it is incredibly early for war to actually break out. This is probably working as designed here. It's only July of 1937. Like, it's really early to be really declaring wars, but I'd like these early conquests to get done as soon as possible. I suppose really that what this means is that it'll be more of a challenge for us. You can see they are actually deploying more men, more troops to the front line, mostly infantry heavy with a small armored regiment. Just continue to deploy these guys to the new 7th Corps. Better engines for our aircraft carrier again. Huzzah! We'll keep going in that vein. Balance it out later on. In that vein, we need to look for good defensive territory for our delaying tactic. We'll go through here. Make Tula part of our defensive line. Over here. Sort of go through the mountains a little bit. Through these hills. Just to delay them. Block them off here. So that our army can turn around and come back and face them. Because this is a very long front line to defend with just 2 corps, even if one of those corps is our special forces. I'm just hoping that we're not the first target for Alaska. That would make for an interesting war. Better anti-aircraft for aircraft carriers. Let's continue that. Might be worthwhile. We have officially capped ourselves out on energy and metal. This is a bad situation because all of that is just being flushed down the drain. Just going away. All right, we need to decide what next to produce. We have fleshed out our 1st Armored Corps. Wonderful. I do think this is all of the light armor that we're going to be building. Light armor's main benefit is that it is fast, but armor is also fast. Regular medium armor is also fast, and we're not too worried really about focusing on armor because of the oil situation in the world. We just won't be able to support a huge mechanized offensive. So we need to make sure that our armor is being put to good use where we can. That possibly means focusing on really heavy hitting armored regiments rather than the more light, quick and fast ones. I do think we're going to build another five garrisons. Did I just build them as reserves? It looks like I didn't build them at all. Oh, I built Panzer divisions. Yeah, let's get rid of those. Not interested in building more of those. I was just discussing how little I wanted to build more of those. Let's build more garrisons. 5 more. As reserves. That'll be fine. We could add military police to them. These guys are relatively cheap in terms of manpower, but they actually cost twice as much in terms of industrial capacity as the actual garrison units. Their main strength is suppression. So when there is revolt risk, like apparently Sweden has some revolt risk over here, and there's some revolt risk down in Nigeria, but when there is revolt risk, attaching police, military police, will reduce it. It's basically useless. You don't want to have to garrison every single province. You just pick the ones that are important and garrison those. So don't build military police and deal with the uprising when it comes. You know, you can always redeploy troops and deal with it. Don't waste your money and your industrial capacity on military police. But we will build 5 more garrisons. I think we're going to send them down here. I don't know though. I think that this is far enough out of the way that that will basically be ignored down here. I think we'll just deploy them along the coast. Make it so that they can't land here and then flank us and surround us and destroy this garrison unit quickly. Yeah, we'll fully garrison at least the exterior coast here. This interior coast I'm not too worried about because it's pretty secluded from the actual port provinces. So even if they do take it, they're not going to be able to support their invading army. So yeah, we'll protect our ports. That'll be fine. Another infantry to continue our front line. 7th Corps. 7th Corps is now a full corps in the 2nd Army. The next one will start following this river. Actually, once we get the next one filled out, we might as well just advance all the way up to the border. Can we attack you yet? It's August. Nope. Our neutrality is not low enough, and their threat isn't high enough. They're just not a very threatening nation, you know? It sucks, but our population wouldn't stand for it if we did declare war. Wouldn't be hearing any of it. Yeah, I think following the river at this point is the best bet. Make another corps. Attach that corps to the 2nd Army yet again. Move the corps command back. How's the 1st Army? You're full. 5 corps. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 corps of infantry. 2nd Army has 4 corps of infantry. So we'll need to get the 4th Corps motorized. We'll need to get the 2nd Army a motorized, or at least an armored division. But we can only build light tanks, and we don't want to build any more light tanks. We're not going to get medium tanks anytime soon. I guess we are going to build more light tanks. It's unfortunate. We can always upgrade them to medium tanks later on. We're pretty advanced in this. We started out pretty well advanced. Yeah, that's going to be an inefficient research, but I think it's worth it. More range. Multi-role fighters are basically fighter bombers. It's what you think of as fighter bombers. They're good at air attack, not as good as interceptors, but they're good also at soft attack, but not as good as tactical bombers. They're basically interceptors that can also carry bombs. Their main, the really big good thing about them, their range is higher than interceptors, so they can cover a wider area, and they're faster than every other plane except for interceptors. So these are heavy fighter aircraft. We will be building a decent number of them. We have a lot of extra spies. Let's start doing counter-espionage in nationalist Spain again. I know we aren't that good at it, but we've had a decent amount of success against Alaska so far. And then let's increase the threat of Alaska. Make them seem more threatening than us. They are fairly threatening. They're threatening our border. It's dangerous. It is September. Can we attack you yet? No. Getting closer. Getting closer. Very slowly, but we are getting closer. In the meantime, we're getting stronger. Follow the river. Salt concentration gives us better organization for our support units. We'll keep going with that. We want them able to support us as long as possible. Fully deploy the 8th Corps. Oops. You're not behind the river. Get behind the river. There we go. 8th Corps is full. 2nd Army is full strength. 1st Army is full strength. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Better light tank armor. Let's keep going with that because it also helps the motorized and mechanized divisions. So that will be important to keep up to date. Upgrades are going down yet again. 30.7, we need to be at 26. It's frustrating, unfortunately, but that's the way the game's played. Our population just couldn't handle it. If we were fascists, we wouldn't necessarily need to worry about it. If our government was of a different type. Operational level command structure that gives us faster attack movement. Let's go and start working on mobile warfare. Give us that breakthrough modifier. Let us use the spearhead doctrine, which is very useful. It reduces the combat width of armored units. Lets you use more armored units in the same fight. It's a good thing to have. Alaska's really piling on the troops over here. They can't see our troop placement right now. They don't know that we're lining up right there. United Kingdom moving men around. Social Liberals Party. Blitzkrieg Advance is always nice. Is that inefficient? Nope. Social Liberals. Z. Is Z a Z's a Democratic Party? Oh man, look at crappy little section. They deserve a chance to prove themselves against the fascists. That's who are threatened. That's who we're threatened by right now. It's just not external fascists; it's internal fascists. It'd be interesting if a fascist country, the leader of the Allies. There you go. All right, let's deploy you here to Tillinen, and we actually don't have a second garrison corps. So we'll make one. Second Gar. Attach you. There. Now, Willis Dell, you're actually skilled. You are an old guard, but you have 4 skill right off the bat. So if I can't find a better old guard, yeah, just a no skill 0 person. There's Major Stickley again. Yeah, no. Sorry, Major Stickley. 0, 0, 0. Good. There's the rest of our garrison. Put one of you over there. Major Stickley, get out. Put you... These two are fairly close together. I know this is undefended, but there's no ports around, so let's put you right there to support them. Major Stickley, get out. Put you down here. Support them. Major Stickley, get out. And I'll put you right here to support them. And Major Stickley, you seriously need to stop. I know you really want to command. I understand, but you really need to stop. All right, and now because we did it that way, our HQs are too far from their corresponding garrison divisions. Actually, this is the only one that really matters, but I think that it would make more sense for us to detach all these guys from their current command structures. Just detach all of them, and then assign these guys to the closest garrison corps to them. This is second Gar. Second Gar. And these guys are second Gar, and we'll reattach second garrison to the Moskva HQ, and reattach all these guys to the first garrison corps. HQ, and I'm gonna rename this just to keep it consistent with our first Gar. Wonderful. So now it looks better and makes more sense. HQs are where they're supposed to be. We'll pull them back from the front lines so they don't get too damaged. KAPD. What are you? You're the Stalinists. Nope. Go away. Prime Minister. Lose to organization, or lose some support for a year. Lose a lot of popularity. Organization is fairly permanent, popularity is not. We'll lose the temporary modifiers rather than the permanent modifiers. Well, it is now officially the end of October 1937. We powered through 1937, apparently. Better battleship engines. That's spectacular. Yeah. It's really not too spectacular. I mean, we do want that increase in range. That lets us project our power much better. And I suppose working on the engines is better than working on the anti-aircraft. Let's shift you over to the aircraft carrier armor. Why not? And it looks like Poland. Yeah, you can buy our multi-role fighters from us. Really doesn't much matter. Alright, well, we are going to call it here. It is the 31st of October, 1937. We really wanted to attack the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom has responded by, it looks like, releasing a puppet nation the Juliana Republic. It looks like they had some political turmoil of some sort and decided to release this nation. This nation has no resources, no industrial capacity, probably the bare minimum of an army. They are a puppet of the United Kingdom. Don't really know what led the United Kingdom to do such a thing, but we still can't declare war on them. We are almost there. We're at 28.6, and we need to be down to 26.9. We are almost there. Hopefully by the end of the year, we might need to engage in a winter war, which would suck, but it's better than sitting on our hands. Alright guys, thank you much for watching again. I'll see you all next time.